Hello, everyone, and welcome to Out of Combat, the show after the show where we discuss what happened on the show. We just went through episode 51 with the crew where they had you actually got some stuff done, honestly. I'm proud of you all.
We did.
You checked some boxes. Yeah.
It was highly productive. I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
Because we were a bit worried because it was one of those off weeks where TwitchCon's happening, so we were a couple of people down, and we were kind of like, yeah, but we want to play anyway. So it was a perfect opportunity to lay some groundwork down. So the fact that we actually ticked some things off, I think, was even better than we'd expected. But we're now also in the position to lay groundwork for other stuff and gather some intel and things for when we have everyone back. So, yeah, it worked out really well. Especially thanks to Emmy and her.
I don't think I did anything. I was just a cat.
Yeah, but it was so helpful.
Yeah. So we were discussing this a little bit, and Captain Thorn, I'll usually include little quirks or just something like a mannerism or something about the NPC. So it just kind of gives them something extra to make the world feel lived in. And Captain Thorn just happened to love animals. And it was so funny that what you took out of the conversation from Whisper and Emmy was don't be yourself. So Emmy was just I'll be an animal then. It really worked out to kind of disarm the situation with him.
Yeah, really. I think we got lucky. We just got really lucky a lot of the time because our rolls were awful. Hayden was close to just getting knocked the heck out again. And then we got lucky getting out of that one.
I knew he'd be fine. I knew it.
Well, the thing is, at least we were pretty certain he wouldn't die. It was not a battle to the death. It was a 1v1, but he would have been rough, Yeah. And we don't necessarily have time for him to get completely knocked out.
I don't know that it wasn't a battle to the death, by the way. These are pirates. I might have just been who's this kid? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Those weren't the stakes. That was discussed.
I know.
But
I'm just saying, I don't know that we knew.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there were stakes though, that if Hayden lost, that's one of the boxes you don't check for Blackbeak. She gave you 5 things to do. And basically she said to you all, I don't care how many or what you do, but if I lose, it's your fault. So the more that you do to help rig this thing, the better off you all are.
Yeah. Well, given she did say that, we got lucky as well with Catman Thorn.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to weasel his way out of the counter negotiations or whatever. The negotiations were short, somewhat, because we had a cat. And also because thankfully I had Hayden to help me. I love it. So are you trying to intimidate him? And I'm I don't think Kuda would do that knowingly, but I guess.
Well, yeah.
I guess the information is intimidating, so it makes sense. But also her performance, her intimidation, her everything is -1.
Yes.
Persuasion, performance, and intimidation, all of hers are negative points. So it's never a good time making Kuda negotiate anything. It's just gonna be a sad time for everybody. So it turned out pretty well.
Yeah. If I was a person sitting across from Cooter and she said those words to me, I'd be she's threatening me. That's kind of how that went. It was pretty threatening.
He said that and I was oh sure.
Yeah. And then she's sipping on her tea, did I threaten you? Whoops.
Yeah. And it's just I was kind of waiting because I wasn't sure which direction you all were going to go and how you wanted to negotiate, because it was clear that at the moment you were kind of at a crossroads of how do you want to handle it, because the status quo isn't enough. So
yeah, it really was. It was kind of that was a hard part because there were so many moving pieces at play, right? If we failed, it could go either way because Blackbeak is a psychopath. So we don't know how she'll react. But then also by the same token, he doesn't know how she'll react either. We could tell her anything. We're the ones who are closer to her.
Yeah.
So it could literally go any which way possible.
That brings up an important point, both question for you all as players and your characters. Like, based on what Captain Thorne says, and by your own admission, that Captain Blackbeak is pretty much a psychopath. How do you all feel putting this person into a position of power over the pirates here?
We're really not. Okay, are you asking us as players or as our characters? Because both. I would have two very different answers.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
As a player, I know that's a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. But Emmy does not. We haven't been on this island very much. She's never seen their politics at play. She doesn't know what the council does. She's just like, oh, well, we owe this person, so we should do this for them. Like, that's all she understands. So, yeah.
I feel the same way, but also Kuta probably knows how close they are to her hometown. So if everything goes to shit, she'll just be like, peace, I'm going back to my house in the middle of the wilderness. Nice knowing y'all. I'm just going to go back to my research the way that I know. Let's all just run away to my little hut in the hills and everything will be fine.
It sounds great. I bet Cooter makes like some sweet moonshine and has like a comfy couch.
Has to.
Yeah.
Has to.
I mean, you all could just run away to Wayne Manor. I mean, Hayden Manor, obviously.
That's true. We should go there. I want to go there so bad. I want to know what that's about. We should go there next.
What's up over there? Yeah.
We should force that because I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see Emmy Town. I want to go to Atlantis.
I want to go to Emmy's home too. Once we get out of this place, I think we could go to any of those. We got to go get the thing back, though. The artifact. So
Oh yes, we do.
Yeah,
that's literally the one thing that I want. Please give.
And once we get it, we will need to hide somewhere, though. So any of these options sound like a good place to go hide while we figure out what to do next.
So many possible hideouts.
Yeah.
It is true. It is true.
Gosh, I'm like thinking through what that would imply, though. Oh my gosh, there's like so much.
And also the war that has been building up in the background that we don't know.
What's going on with that? Is that happening?
I mean,
for anyone listening, Max
things are happening.
Those vignettes in like the middle of Game of Thrones where everyone's like, la-di-da, we are doing the side quest. And then it's like a vignette to the north and all of the like stuff is so massive.
Everything is awful.
And the players are just like, la-di-da-di-da.
So if you want to dig into it, what you found was basically the paperwork of a whole bunch of like armor and weapons being shipped to a place to gear up for something that you believe to be going to war.
Yeah. We don't know all the details of it, though.
Yeah. So with that time frame, like things are happening. I don't know how much you all have tried to look into it. Not much.
We haven't had time with all of our side quests, you see.
Yeah. We're very busy, Max.
Also, politics isn't our thing, so we were kind of like, not my problem, you know?
I'm interested to see like what you all do to get this second artifact, because it's in Escos, and like they just got robbed because you're the ones who got that back.
Yeah.
And Azric's on the outs with his brother. So
I bet you when we get back there, they'll just be like, oh, someone stole it again. And we'll be like,
I'm hoping we can just they trust us. Like we helped them get it. And they said Cooter couldn't look at it.
Yes. So I very much intend on like taking them up on that offer.
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
Cooter wants to investigate.
Is Cooter going to have to talk to her colleague that she just really doesn't like, though?
I think she'll probably just punch him in the face, like just reactionary.
You can murder him.
She won't even mean to. It'll just happen.
I was just thinking we could solve this problem just once and for all. Like,
and he will disintegrate. into a bunch of goop.
Y'all are wild. Like, that's how you're going to solve the problem?
She won't mean to. It's just an accident.
Ooh. We should somehow get him in trouble with Blackbeak. Then she'll just take care of that problem before us.
I know you've seen Bullet Train. Have you seen Bullet Train? The movie with Brad Pitt?
Yes.
Okay, so Cooter is basically Brad Pitt in that movie, right? So, like,
that's why she's always eating. It makes so much sense.
Yeah. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. We'll just have to see what happens. The roles are fate and whatnot. Like, we'll just see how the roles go, I guess. I don't know.
It was Sylvanor, I do believe, was your colleague that Cooter does not like.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Bastard. A little gnome rat.
Sylvanor the Scholar, yeah. Little gnome guy.
I mean, he was kind of a twat.
Yeah. He was, yeah.
Certainly,
Absolute
100%.
Like he brings it on himself, so I don't feel bad for him.
So yeah, I'm interested to see like what's next for you all after this little jaunt on the cove.
Something, get the artifact, something, profit. That's the plan.
Yeah.
But also we'd hope, despite being a psychopath, I think we would be hoping that if we were successful in getting Blackbeak voted in, that it would kind of be like going up a rung on the trust ladder. Because that's what you want with a psychopath, right? Like, you don't want to get in their bad books. You want to, like, the more you help them out, the more safe you feel.
Well, and for each of these tasks
but
that you
not
complete,
too good at our job. Does that make sense? We want to be like a little like competent, but not like, we're not really aiming for a promotion here. We just want to like do the job and then kind of like get out under the radar. That's what you want.
The thing is too, for each of these jobs that you successfully complete, that's 1,000 gold off of your debt to Blackbeak.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I have like 2,000 gold. Should I just use that to pay off some of our debt?
Y'all have a lot of gold that you should probably be talking about what you're going to spend on.
We should do that after we finish this. We should just take all the gold we have and pay it off, because I don't trust her. So
pay off your debt, get some nice things for yourself, upgrade your ship. All sorts of things that are possible.
Yeah, we got to do all that stuff.
I loved that at the getting into the place, by the way. That was so fun, because I was not expecting it would go that way. I was expecting it would be like the most obscene amount of money, given how much we still have in our pockets. That's why it was just like, so funny to have that moment of like, I'm counting my pennies, and then he's like, oh yeah, I guess we'll give the senior citizens discount. That's what it felt like.
I like how you guys were like, 3 please.
Which it wasn't. That was just how much it was.
2.
Which for most people it would be a lot of money, right?
Yes, you have to think like a skilled worker, like an average person can make like up to, I think it's up to 2 gold. And it's like a skilled artisan can make 2 gold a day. So even 100 gold to even get in somewhere is like 2 months of like, you're like 2 months worth of paychecks essentially.
Yeah,
so
it's like you walk in and she's like, hold my purse, son.
Buy food and pay rent and all this stuff, and we're just like, we don't really have any expenses either. So yeah, we're just like, whatever.
Yeah, and it's just that like adventurers are not like a good litmus test of how expensive things are, because they make tons of money from adventuring. So it's dangerous work.
Oh, it was so fun though.
It was fun. I'm excited to play next week.
We can pick up some gambling tactics.
Yeah, I'm learning how to gamble right now as a cat. I'm assuming he's feeding me snacks too. So Emmy's just like, this isn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I also realized the problem with this plan. I'm pretty sure I can only be a cat for an hour. So I'm going to have to try to sneak out before an hour is up.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you'll let me re-up with my second wild shape from cat form. I'll just like pretend I have a hairball, hop down onto the table, re-cat, and jump back up. So that gives me 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you're a cat, and it's like, it's not out of the ordinary to just be like, jump off their lap and be like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So bye.
I won't be able to stay until he falls asleep because
it'd
at
be a
some
lot
point
longer.
I will be an Emmy, and that will be awkward.
Mhm.
Well, hi.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, anyway, good episode. Getting some things checked off in the boxes, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next week with the full crew. I'm also interested of like, are you all planning to do everything on the list, or are you going to hedge your bets and only do like some of them? So
I do think we're trying to, but that's why we keep talking Emmy out of getting obsessed with sabotaging the ship, because that's going to absolutely be
that one.
It's going because it's going to be the hardest one, right? So we're trying to tick off everything else we can and then be fully prepared. Like if we still have a day left, then we can have a long rest and be like fully equipped to just tackle that.
You
but then if it doesn't happen, it's like, oh, it's fine. We did all the low hanging fruit first.
Yeah, you not only have to sabotage the ship, it has to look like an accident or incompetence.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just can't go over and firebomb it. Yeah. But anyway, interested to see what happens next week. So if you were watching or listening, make sure to tune in 6 p.m. Pacific time on Fridays for our Castles and Cantrips episodes. And if you're interested in the new D&D rules that just came out, check us out on Mondays for Tome of Knowledge, where we're going through the new player's handbook and talking through all the fun new things that are happening. So
if anyone's even allowed to own it at this stage.
Yeah. So I think it has come out officially now, so you can get your hands on it as well. But anyway, thanks
you can save your money and listen to us talk about it. Hey,
there you go. Yeah, so thanks everybody for watching or listening and hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.